Hi, Dave Tack. Are you ready to kill the entire world?
I have been ready to kill the entire world my entire life.
That's pretty upsetting to hear you say. It is
Creepy.
so nice to have you on Overview. You have probably like the best. I know I tell you this a lot. You have like the best voice of
Oh.
anyone, and I feel like that's going to really help us out as we do these dark deeds.
It's tough to take credit for something like your voice, but I'll do it.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that.
We're gonna play Plague Inc. Evolved, which is the updated Steam release version of an iOS game, which is called Plague Inc. I played quite a bit of the iOS version, and it's sort of a contentious game because this game is $14.99 American, and the iOS version is $1. So the big question right now is like, does it add enough stuff to sort of justify that prodigious price tag? It's also contentious for other reasons. It's extremely similar to another game series called Pandemic, specifically Pandemic 2.5, which also got an iOS release. Like, the similarities between the two are striking. There are a lot of things in common. So I just wanted to sort of dive into it and check out what's new. I guess right off the bat, the biggest thing that I would say is it's in early access right now, and boy howdy is it in early access right now.
Yeah.
Jiminy creaminy is it in early access, because here's like the big stuff that they've promoted this game with is like it's Plague Inc., but it's got multiplayer, except, well, it doesn't have multiplayer because that's not in the game yet. It's still in early access.
What does it have?
Well, it's got speedrun. Oh, it doesn't have speedrun. It's still in early access. Oh, so no, still in. No, oh, and it's in early access. The tutorial is in early access. Like, I am a big supporter of early access games. I think it's a great way of like putting your thing in front of people. But I think for this specific game where it's like the iOS version could be the early access, like
Yeah.
there are a lot of people already playing that version, and they really needed to prove themselves to say this costs 15 times as much as it does on this other platform.
So at this point, it mostly does what iOS does, or less.
So there are some improvements, but like, I don't know. I don't think they've done an especially great job of like getting in front of it and saying, here's what's available and here's what's not. Because like they straight up say on the Steam page, like, it's got multiplayer. It doesn't. It wicked doesn't. They've been pushing out updates pretty regularly. There's also some weird stuff like, so you can unlock basic idea of the game is you play as a disease, and you want to try and kill the entire world with that disease by evolving it and moving it from place to place. And there are different disease types you can play as. For some reason, my save file like keeps erasing every time I stop playing, because I've unlocked like these first three and now they're just gone again.
Is that a feature or a bug?
It's not. I don't like it, so
We'll
I don't
call
know
it a
about
bug.
that. So here's the idea, right? You pick your type of disease, and then there are different variations to the disease. Like, for instance, if you play as a virus, the virus will mutate pretty rapidly, and it's a lot harder to control. The fungus disease spreads a lot slower across the world. You have to work pretty hard to get it worldwide. But I guess we'll play as bacteria, because that's all that the game has allowed me to unlock. You can also start out with these genes, which are, think of it as like almost like a loadout. That lets you give little boosts to your disease before you even start. And you unlock these through various circumstances. I've won a few games, even though that last screen would show that I didn't. So for instance, this gene will help me spread a little bit easier in humid climates. This one helps me spread in arid climates. We're just going to kick things off like that. Let's just play a normal game.
Okay.
Because
What would be the difference?
I would describe us as fairly normal people. It's funny, when you play in casual mode, everybody in the world is a dirty creep, and they don't clean up after themselves. And it's like, it's super easy to spread your disease and get worldwide with not a lot of effort.
Okay.
But let's play with normal, because I feel like that's a better. It's a much more difficult to win, and I feel like it's a better example of like how you need to play.
Okay.
I've been so this is my default virus name, because it makes a lot of the warnings that you get pretty hilarious. So we're gonna stick with Adam Sandler movies. Okay, here we go. Playing the game.
Let's do this.
So we gotta pick where to start. Here are some of the things you have to keep in mind when you're playing the game. There are basically 3 core stats for your disease, which we can't see until we actually start playing. But those are, it's basically how easy it is to spread the disease, how dangerous it is, and that's going to bring more attention of like the world's scientists. and then how lethal it is. So you want to start it somewhere where they're not going to notice it for a while, but it has a lot of propensity to spread. I like kicking it off in Egypt.
What do you have against Egypt?
Well, see, that is what it sounds like, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
What I have against Egypt is it's got a lot of ports, so it's going to spread by water really easily. It's got an airport in there. It also has a lot of possibility to spread by land travel and basically like take over the entire EMEA region. And then once it gets up here, then it's going to explode all over the world as it moves from boats and air travel and stuff like that.
Okay. And then would be good to maybe start with a bacteria that works in arid climates if you're going to start in Egypt?
Well, that's, you determine exactly how it evolves. So I can make it in something that travels really easily in arid climates. So, kicking it off in Egypt. So, as the disease spreads to these different regions, those little bubbles pop up. All you do is click them, and you get DNA points, which is down there in the bottom left.
What do you do with DNA points?
Well, I'll show you. Here's my disease screen. A lot of this seems kind of complex. It's actually fairly straightforward. This gives you an overview of like how your disease is doing. You can see its infectivity, severity, and lethality, those three sort of main stats that I mentioned earlier. And then from there, we can evolve it in different ways. So these transmission modifiers will make it easier to spread the disease. The symptom modifiers will make the disease more deadly, but they can also do some other fun stuff. Like you can give it a coughing symptom, and then it'll transmit a lot easier because people are coughing all over each other because they're dirty. And then these abilities sort of make it more survivable. For instance, I can make it last a little bit longer in cold climates. I can make it last a little bit longer in hot climates. I can make it resistant to drugs, which makes it easier to take over particularly wealthy areas that have access to drugs. The bacteria has a special thing that makes it sort of a little bit better at taking over all climates. Mm-hmm. Bacteria is kind of the easiest thing to play as because you can definitely control entirely how it spreads, and it spreads relatively easily. I say that in normal mode, it's still pretty tough to win. You got to be pretty smart. And then you can also look at how the world is doing with this stat screen. Right now, only one person. Oh, I'm just looking at Saudi Arabia. Right now, only one person's got the disease.
No.
But pretty soon, we're gonna go all over. You can also see that this is a kind of a poor area. I don't know what this symbol means, and it doesn't do a great job of telling you what the symbol means. I think it's the rash symbol, so maybe everybody here just like naturally has rashes. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's 100% true.
Not in the real world, I don't think, at least.
No, I don't think there's an entire country in the world where everyone just has rashes natively. So we're gonna just sort of watch and see how this thing progresses. You can fast forward, which I recommend doing.
So these are like shipping lanes? And...
Yeah, you can see boats and planes go all over. Those will become really, really great methods of spreading the disease unless those things start to shut down. So you get little news pop-ups because the world sort of changes around you, and you have to be pretty dynamic about responding to those changes. So new rules are... okay, so that sucks. Now, rural areas are going to be harder to infect because of this new livestock law. Sometimes these pop-ups are sort of benign, and they don't really mean anything, but this one definitely means something. Sometimes you'll get a warning that, like, because of global warming, cold areas are colder, and so you need to make your disease more resistant to cold. You can see those little pop-ups every time I click them. I get more DNA points, then I can hop in and change how it evolves. So, how do you want this to go?
I want everybody dead.
Well, we're gonna get there, but small steps, baby steps.
Okay.
So I like this one. It makes it easier for the disease to spread on plains, giving it more of a nice little even global spread. But it also makes it spread easier in arid environments, which Egypt, I think.
God, not Egypt
works.
Again.
Actually, but you know what? We're gonna start with this one because Egypt has 2 ports and it's sort of waterlocked, so it's actually pretty humid. So I involve that.
So it hangs out in water. Okay.
Exactly. And I'm going to pick up this one because basically anywhere this disease is going to spread right now, it's going to be hot. So we're going to pick that one up, and that makes it a little bit more survivable in hot environments. So. And
then when you clicked on those, it's creating paths to other ones.
Yeah. Yep. It's it sort of evolves around these different hex-based paths.
A mystery.
I don't think that has anything to do
Forget it.
with it. So you can see Egypt popping off a little bit, spreading a little bit. Okay.
What?
I don't know. I don't think that meant anything. So we're moving really slow right now, but if I evolve this thing right, it is really going to explode. So I'm going to pick up this guy. This makes it so birds can transmit the disease.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, the disease is in the birds now, and that makes it a lot easier to spread it over land, where there's not a lot of shipping ports and aeroplanes.
Right.
So basically Africa. So if I were a betting man, I would say that these countries are going to go next.
Why do you hate Africa?
Experts have noticed high levels of bird migration. They're worried that birds could rapidly spread disease between countries if they become infected. That's awesome news, because I just filled those birds with contagion.
Good.
I just took one of those little chef piping tools, and I filled every bird with with Adam Sandler movies.
Sick Adam Sandler movies. Whoa.
Ooh, okay, so I'll explain what just happened. My disease just mutated. There's certain things you can pick up, like, for instance, this bird thing. It'll warn you that it can give rise to mutation. Certain things like mice and mosquitoes and blood transmission and livestock, those can make your disease sort of change forms without you wanting it to. So, for instance, it just developed this insomnia trait, which is great because I didn't have to spend any points developing that. But if your disease gets too deadly too early, the world is going to get super wise about it super fast, and then they're going to cure it, which you don't want. You want the disease to be all over before people start getting wise to it.
We want the disease to kill the people, not the people to kill the disease.
That's exactly right.
I'm rooting against us.
So, like, this is not the worst symptom. You can tell the severity is not very high. It has no lethality. This disease is not going to kill anybody yet. So I'm actually going to let it ride. You can spend points to de-evolve your disease and lose those symptoms if they get, like, really bad. But we're going to see how it's going first. I'm going to pick up this air travel one real quick.
What are the current symptoms of the disease?
Right now, just insomnia. Okay, so these red bubbles mean it's spreading to those different countries. Every time a red bubble pops up, it means you have a new country that you have at least one infected person in. So, UK, you're in trouble.
Going down.
Spain is in trouble. Oh, boy. Okay, this is spreading real fast. You can see Egypt. Now, Egypt is, like, exponentially is just starting to fall.
Uh-oh.
These people aren't dead. They have a disease that is, like, latent. It is just not very serious.
But we're talking 50, 60 million people now?
We are talking, in a few seconds, all of Egypt. Oh, shoot. Okay, so, this is kind of why you want your disease to be completely latent before, like, completely symptom-free before it starts spreading, because it got noticed by a doctor.
Okay.
The doctor noticed Adam Sandler. So, like, they're probably not going to start on a global effort to cure the disease yet, but, like, now it's on someone's radar. I have a lot of DNA.
Like, all of these people can't sleep, and somebody noticed.
Right. Where is it? Let me look at the world. I'm going to make it so it spreads a little bit easier in rich countries, because it just hit America, but it's not really taking America by storm. It doesn't have Beetlemania yet. Oh, that'd be a great disease name. So we're going to pick that up, and I'm going to make it cold resistant, because I have lost a lot of games by infecting the entire world, and it doesn't, like, get up into Canada or Greenland.
Freezing cold Canada.
Right. I'm just going to pick up a few. I just made it basically more resistant to different things. Okay, so now it's not great, because Adam Sandler just mutated again. Now he's got rashes.
I would say sleep and you have rashes.
I went and saw Jack and Jill, and I did have a rash and insomnia afterwards. So that is 100% accurate. Okay, so Egypt is now like, hey guys, time to get on it. Adam Sandler's movies are a blight that must be stopped. But nobody's funding it. Like, nobody's working with Egypt right now. So maybe we really need this bad boy to spread real fast, though. I'm gonna make it. This is risky because now it can mutate even more.
So every upgrade
certain upgrades, specifically
increase the chances.
Ones that involve like living organisms, using those as a method to spread the disease, like birds, rats, humans, mosquitoes, sheep. Each one of those has a higher chance of your disease mutating, which we can do stuff about. Like if it gets too gnarly, we can de-evolve it and sort of drop some of those. Uh-oh. Okay, so now people are going to be on notice. I wouldn't be surprised if this cure meter in the bottom right starts ticking up a little bit. But, man, oh my god.
Whoa.
It is spreading
It's
real
going
fast.
everywhere.
So, but here's the thing, like, it's spreading to different countries, but it's not really coding those countries in disease. Oh, sweet. So the Caribbean's about to chomp it.
Later, dudes.
Later, guys. What can we do? So this'll... Ooh, I should pick this one up. So rats will make the disease spread a little bit faster in urban regions. So let's just grab that. Hot climate. You know what? I'm going to pick up every single one of these. And it's going to make the disease evolve in all kinds of fun ways. But we need to get busy killing or get busy dying. All right.
Okay.
So we can look at the world now. I bet this number is going to start going up. Oh, I think that the UK is about to have a really bad go of it. So you can see Africa is just... Oh, boy.
This is taking a weird turn. Uh-oh.
Oh, you shouldn't have... Oh, and I got an achievement for ruining the Olympics. Sorry, guys. I'm going to keep an eye on the UK, actually, and see how... Because apparently it's... Oh, I have so much DNA. So... I can make it... How do you want this to go, Dave?
What are my options?
Here, I'll pause it so we can...
Well, okay. Yeah. See, we've got a lot in Africa, the Middle East, spread into India.
Not anything in like these
Western
cold
Hemisphere,
countries.
right?
Yeah.
Or let's kill the Russians, is what I'm saying.
Oh boy! Wow. Okay.
What?
Well, that's a thing you just said out loud. No, you're right. We're going to make it more cold resistant. I think that sounds good. We can make it so in rural areas it spreads a little bit better.
Okay.
And
then...
You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to make it... So this is a trait that you can pick up that makes it harder to research the cure. And there are a disquieting number of people working on the cure right now.
Okay. So that's an expensive upgrade.
It's... no, not particularly. All the level 1 upgrades aren't super bad, but the level 2 upgrades do get... they get up there. Yeah, you can see. And once everybody's infected, the rate that you get DNA points like slows pretty significantly. So you want to put all the English on the ball sort of before things start going.
The soccer ball. Because in English.
Yeah, no.
Bloop.
Okay, all right. See, it's spreading a lot, but it's not, like, finding purchase.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't... Oh, okay, so wait, now South America.
That's right.
See, once you can get, like... World Cup learned from the Olympics and canceled. Once you can get it going, it really is, like, exponentially... better. The only problem is now Brazil, which is a fairly wealthy country, has lent its efforts to the cure. So now, in addition to those red and yellow bubbles that give me DNA points, blue bubbles are going to stop popping up, and if I don't pop those, then the cure effort will increase pretty significantly. So now,
explain the popping mechanic here. The idea is when those.
The popping mechanic? Oh, yeah. The red bubbles are whenever a new country's infected for the first time. The yellow bubbles, I'm not exactly sure what makes those pop up, but they give you more DNA points. And then the blue bubbles are, they represent the world working on a cure. So you can see this. If this cure meter reaches 100%, it's game over. So by popping those blue bubbles, I can slow the progress on that a little bit. Okay, I think I might... So here's the thing. Here's another choice I need to make. Basically, the whole world knows about this disease now, so they're going to be working on the cure. They're going to work on it a little bit faster if it starts killing everybody, because you can see it's infected over half the planet, but it hasn't killed hardly anybody at all.
Right. You just kept them up and itching.
Right. Everyone's real itchy. Their blood's very thin. Here's the thing, though. If I don't get it here and here and here, it's game over. So I need to evolve some serious... I'm going to make it so it's more survivable in all climates. Twice. I'm going to make it much harder to cure. And then, like, that's basically... I mean, I can make it transmit a little bit better, but, like, I don't know why it's not taken over there. We'll see. Hopefully that did it.
So you have like a day a second at this point.
Yeah, I'm fast forwarding
Super fast
pretty
mode.
fast now.
Uh-oh. Mexico's going down.
Yeah, and hopefully that'll move it up. Okay, so now people are starting to get wise. You can see when those little ports have red X's over them, it means it's shut down, and there's not going to be anything else going through there. And you can also keep track of that through here. Like, they do not have it anymore. So yeah, that's rough because I needed Brazil to be my carrier there.
Put it in more birds.
Well, I have a lot of DNA. I guess I'm just gonna like kind of go nuts with it.
Just everywhere you turn.
Maybe it's because Russia's so big, so I'm gonna make more birds have it. I'm gonna fill more birds with my disease jelly.
Pipe it in.
Pipe it in, and I guess I'll make it. What's Russia's like deal? They are very, very wet, very cold, and they have trees. I don't know what the leaf thing means. Okay, look at that. They are super healthy.
That's disconcerting.
I need to make it, I guess, transmissible through water. I can't afford that upgrade right now.
Yeah, they have water in Russia, as far as
I've heard that, yeah. It's not all potable. Oh, wait, there they go.
There it is.
It's all those birds, man.
It's an extreme bird migration event. Oh, Russia.
Get out of here.
Goodbye.
Okay, Russia is toppling. Hopefully Canada's next. I need Greenland to do anything for me. Okay, so here's the thing. The world is, like, super good at finding a cure for this thing. So, here's what I can do. I can use this, which actually knocks the meter down a little bit. It's pretty expensive, though, but I think it's worth it. Here's what I can also do. I can develop symptoms that will drive the world, like, I can make the world paranoid. And then if a country's totally paranoid, they're not going to work with the global cure effort.
Right.
So, I'm going to pick that up.
That's what I would do. What else? What other crazy things are there? Brain parasites?
I mean, I can give the world seizures.
Well, wait a minute. Can we look at the world map again?
Sure.
Is there like, I'm a little concerned about Canada at this point.
Yeah. No, here's the thing, but Canada has a few sick people in it. I think it's going to do okay. I think we just needed to get a foothold in Canada. I can pick up maybe the second... No, I already got the second cold thing. I mean, it is as survivable in that environment as it's going to get. What's Canada's deal, though? Let's check it out. Canada is... does it say Canada's poor? No, Canada has money.
Money and cold and snow. Tuck is coming up next.
We're gonna, I guess, make it better for rich places. I need a little bit more DNA for that, though. I think my main effort right now, this clock is moving up really fast. And I haven't killed hardly anybody.
Is there a time limit? Or did you just
this is the time limit. Once the cure is discovered, like the game is basically over. Okay. I just reduced the clock a little bit with that evolution I got. Okay. Now we're gonna make it. Oh, I thought it was 30. Nope, 35. We'll get there. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Come on.
Okay, so now because people have insomnia and anemia, they are basically zombies. So there's some there are really nice combos that you can get. Oh, Greenland's gone.
Goodbye.
The good thing about mutations is once it gets to this point and everybody knows what's up, like you want as many mutations to happen as possible because it's free upgrades at that point.
Right.
I haven't gotten any DNA though. See, and I'm not unless Canada. See, I'm in a pickle now.
I called out Canada from the very beginning.
Yeah.
I said they were going to be trouble.
So now everybody's shutting down their ports, which is something that happens once... Oh, there we go.
What was that? Was it an orange?
Yeah,
something?
I just got another point, which I can use to make it... Okay, if this doesn't get Canada, I do not know what will.
So what did you just...
Yum, yum,
so
yum.
what did you just do?
I made it more resistant to drugs. And Canada has like really great free healthcare, so
They had tons of drugs also.
lots of drugs. Oh no, they just figured out my genome.
Oh.
Okay, so
super bad.
I'm almost certain I'm gonna lose the game now because I do not have any way of getting a lot of DNA points that I could use to like delay the cure efforts.
Okay.
So everybody in the world is trying to stop Adam Sandler from making more movies. It's rough, man.
Seems fair, except for everybody except Adam Sandler.
Yeah. No, I think he would like to continue. Canada
Well,
go.
Canada-
I at least want to
Canada's
infect the whole
getting all
world.
red.
Oh, Sweden
Oh,
just bombed
man.
its own.
That's
Sweden.
harsh,
Yeah.
Sweden.
That's how they do. That's why they win all those gold medals.
True.
I almost have the whole world infected, which is something, but
Bye, Canada.
I just haven't killed many people. That's the thing also, because I haven't spent much time developing the symptoms. It's not a very lethal disease. So
No, it's only killed 1.7 million,
right.
but it's infected 6.7 billion. Not many in Alaska. We need to take them down too.
Yeah, I think Alaska.
Well, it's going to take care of itself.
Russia's fully infected. It's just Alaska, which it counts as part of Canada. Hey, game. Hey, game. We made that purchase for a reason.
It wasn't Canadian to begin with. I'm so angry.
Here goes. Oh, come on, please.
95%.
95%.
95%. Oh,
It's not gonna happen, man. It's not gonna happen. I tell you, it's because we spent
not success.
we spent so much time trying to. Is there anything I can do? No, it's gone. Spent so much time trying to get it into those cold countries that I didn't spend a lot of time making it lethal. And making your disease lethal is a gamble because people are going to start noticing it. But if you can kill everyone, then there's not going to be enough attention being paid to it because people are too busy, planning funerals and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So that's it. That's the ball game.
You put zombies in the entire world, and we're going to call that a loss?
Well, those zombies were like pretty bad at killing people. So
Okay, I guess.
that's it.
And now they're curing. Well, congratulations, humanity. I guess.
You get this one. I got 1 out of 5. Sorry, guys. I did my best.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. That means a lot. And then you can sort of watch this play-by-play and see how poorly I did.
Oh, you can watch it back.
We've been going a little while. We could do another game where I play on casual and just like show you how it's done. But yeah, I mean that's
If you were to have done better, you would have unlocked other things like viruses and.
yeah. If I had won, I mean that's the thing. I have unlocked this stuff before.
Well, I mean, that's not what I see.
Yeah, you play as the virus, and if you win as the virus, you unlock the fungus, and then there's a lot of different things to go for. The developer said that he's gonna also add more stuff to the game, like more different types of diseases, and assumedly like these speed runs and custom scenarios and stuff like that. Those will get in there eventually. Here, I like this game a lot. It is definitely extremely similar to that Pandemic game, and that makes me a little uncomfortable. But at the same time, like, it's way better than that game.
Yeah.
So
You like it better? You like it better on a screen in front of you, or tapping it with your fingers?
This is more visually like appealing. Like this 3D representation of the disease as it evolves. Like that's pretty cool. And there are a few more like stats I feel like in this mode that makes it a lot easier to track what your disease is doing. Like I feel like I have a better grasp on how the game is progressing. But like that's the entire idea behind the early access, right? Is you pay your money now and then you get the full game later and you can keep playing it as it goes forward. But like if you are hoping to drop 15 buckaroos on this game and then have this like highly evolved form of this game that you have been playing already on iPad for $14 cheaper, like it's just not worth it at this point. It's just not there. But I mean, that said, like if you know that you're gonna want to play it once it is fully developed out, like I guess go ahead and pick it up. But it's not much more complex than the iPad version right now. So that's my 2 cents.
Sounds pretty good, sort of.
No, I mean it is. It's still I like playing it. It's just disappointing that more of this stuff wasn't ready to go, because I feel like that was sort of the entire justification of this port and the justification of that huge price tag.
Right, and I wonder why they released. That would be pure speculation.
I mean, that's their prerogative. That's why it's so tricky to talk about these early access games, because it's not like this is it. This is, supposedly something they're going to iterate on pretty quickly. And if that's the case, more power to them. But like, it's just not anything.
Yeah, at this point, know what you're getting into.
Yeah,
which is not much. It sounds like.
Yeah. So that's Plague Inc. Evolved, $14.99 up on Steam Early Access. Dave, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for
awesome.
Putting your voice in my ear. And thank you guys for watching. This is going to be up on Monday, so this week we're going to have South Park and a few other games. I'm going to try and do the Yogg this week. It's a cool little game that just hit Steam too. So stay tuned, and we'll have all that stuff for you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.